What happens when the world's richest tech billionaire picks a fight with Europe's most controversial airline CEO? You get one of the strangest aviation feuds we've seen in years. And honestly, nobody really wins. This all started when Ryanair publicly said it had zero interest in installing Starlink Wi-Fi on its aircraft. CEO Michael O'Leary argued that adding satellite internet would increase drag, raise fuel burn, and most importantly, cost money passengers simply wouldn't pay. His message was simple: Ryanair sells cheap seats, not luxury extras. That didn't sit well with Elon Musk. Musk fired back on X, claiming O'Leary was misinformed, suggesting Ryanair would lose customers without Wi-Fi, and eventually calling for O'Leary to be fired altogether. Ryanair responded by trolling Musk. Musk escalated. At one point, he even joked about buying the airline and putting someone actually named Ryan in charge. Yes, this is where we are. Let's break this down, because beneath the insults and memes, there's actually an important aviation reality check here. First, on the technology side, Starlink, run by Starlink, is genuinely impressive. It's fast, low latency, and already flying on several airlines. The idea that satellite engineers don't understand drag or fuel penalties is obviously exaggerated. They do, very well. But here's the thing: airlines don't operate on engineering alone. They operate on economics. And this is where O'Leary, love him or hate him, has a point. Ryanair's entire business model is built on stripping air travel down to its absolute basics. No free bags, no free meals, no free seat selection, and certainly no free Wi-Fi. Everything is unbundled, everything is optional, and that model has worked spectacularly well for decades. Ryanair passengers don't choose the airline because it's comfortable. They choose it because it's $29, and it gets them there. O'Leary's argument is that adding Starlink would cost Ryanair roughly $1 per passenger. That doesn't sound like much until you realize Ryanair flies hundreds of millions of passengers per year. Suddenly, you're talking about hundreds of millions in extra annual costs for a service most customers won't pay even dollars to use. And that's the key point. Ryanair customers use free things, but they don't pay for them. Musk's argument, on the other hand, is classic Silicon Valley thinking. Better tech equals better product, and better product equals more customers. That logic works beautifully in tech. It doesn't always work in ultra-low-cost aviation. Now let's talk about the funniest part of this whole saga: the idea that Elon Musk could simply buy Ryanair and fire O'Leary. In reality, that's basically impossible. European airlines must remain majority EU owned under EU aviation law. Musk isn't an EU citizen. Even shell companies don't solve that problem. So this hostile takeover idea is pure fantasy. But here's the irony no one talks about: if Musk could buy Ryanair at a premium, Michael O'Leary would be the biggest winner. O'Leary owns over 4% of the airline. A buyout at a 50% premium would increase his net worth overnight, even if he were fired the next day. So yes, the man Musk wants to remove would actually profit the most from the threat. In the end, this feud says more about ego than aviation. Musk is used to companies bending when he applies pressure. Ryanair simply doesn't care. O'Leary thrives on controversy, and Musk thrives on attention. Put them together, and you get a billionaire shouting match that feels more like a schoolyard argument than a serious business debate. The truth? Starlink is great technology, but it doesn't fit every airline, and Ryanair is brutally honest about what its customers want: the cheapest possible ticket and nothing more. So who's right? From a tech perspective, Musk has a point. From an airline economics perspective, O'Leary is probably right. And from the passenger perspective, most Ryanair flyers would still choose a $30 ticket over free Wi-Fi every single time. Billionaires really do need more hobbies.